If you have ever been confused about your life purpose, your calling, and your assignment, this video is definitely for you. All of these might actually look alike, but they are not the same thing, right? Oftentimes, I hear stuff like my purpose, my calling, and my assignment. All of these things mean different things, okay? So, the number one on this list is your life purpose. Purpose is the reason why you exist, the reason behind your existence, right? For example, this pen actually came to life for a specific reason. Someone actually came up with this idea for a reason, and that reason was to solve a problem. Are you getting my point? So, if you don't need a pen, you won't go to the market to buy this pen, right? Yeah. So, not just this, other things we use in our world. We have, for example, the kitchen sets like the gas, the cooking utilities, the pots, all of those things like our dining sets, our TV, our sofas, our bed. In fact, the house itself, it all has a purpose, right? So even as humans, God also have a purpose for sending us here, right? And the number one purpose is to know God, to be reconciled back to the Father through personal relationship with Him. And then the number two is to glorify God with our lives, with our marriage, with our work, with our kids, with everything we do. And then the number third is to reflect Christ in our daily life to others. This also involves your marriage, your kids, the people you come in contact with on a daily basis, right? We are to reveal Christ to them. We are to reflect Him in our character, in our words, in our actions, in the things we really do. And among all of this, there is also a specific reason, something that He wants you to do. Like the problem that was here on earth that He needed you to solve, right? So you must actually find that out. So I'm going to use this to ask you this question. Have you actually find out what your life purpose is? Why were you created? So purpose answer the question, why am I here on earth? So the number two is your calling. Your calling is the expression of God's purpose through the way God designed you. Your calling is that specific thing that God actually wants you to do through the way you were designed. Everyone was designed for a specific reason. Everyone was shaped, they were wired in a specific way to achieve specific results. This actually requires you to identify your spiritual gifts, your passion, the things you're passionate about, your abilities, the things you can already do, your personality. Are you an introvert or extrovert? And then your experiences. This is your story. None of this is wasted or useless. So by the time you are able to find it out, you'll be able to know the area the Lord wants you to serve to fulfill that purpose. Mind you, your purpose is permanent, is always there. Whether you do it or not, whether you get yourself involved into other things or not, that purpose is always there, right? And then your calling is the unique way you are to fulfill that purpose. Is the unique way. For example, you've been called to teach some certain group of people. For example, you've been called into the healing ministry to do this, right? So this is your calling. For some people, they have been called to empower people spiritually or financially. And then the third one on my list is your assignment. The assignment is the things God is instructing you to do at every season of your life. For example, the things He asked you to do last year, last few months, are not the same thing He's asking you to do in this very minute, right? Your assignments are the current things God is asking you to do at every given season. And these things actually do change, right? For example, there was a time Jesus Christ had to heal the blind man. That was an assignment. There was another time He had to raise someone up from the dead. There was another time He had to pray for the madman, right? So these were different assignments which He accomplished at different seasons of His life. So even in our case, there are seasons where your season might be your season of learning, right? There are seasons of implication, there are seasons of maybe building and stuff like that. So you must be sensitive, you must be aware of what is asking you to do at every giving time. So this brings us to this question: what is the Lord asking you to do at this season of your life? Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you learned something from me. If today is your first time of coming across my channel, my name is Happy. I'm a faith-based purpose coach. I help women deepen their relationship with God, discover their purpose, and actually step out in obedience to start working on those things.